stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats as the Aurora High School Marching Band plays our national anthem.
Your hotspot wasn't connected, and now Taylor's isn't connected on the set. But he said he saw it live, so I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, yeah.
Seem to add some importance to the game. However, as the Huskies have gone through their preparations, Coach Peterson has seen a consistent approach from his team.
You know, we really talked last week about Crete being the most important game of the season because it was the next game in the season, but also because it was a springboard into district play. I think obviously when you start district play, there's a little bit extra excitement. When you play York, there's a little bit of extra excitement.
No. Nerve-wracking. God.
Once again, the Dukes won the coin toss before the second half. And will kick off. And York will defend the west end zone. Correction, York will defend the east end zone. Danielson for the Dukes. Huskies will have the ball first and 10 from the 27-yard line.
We will do our best to keep things afloat there for a little bit.
followed up by the inside of the York defensive line. It's a good line, headline by Mazzarino.
Ball carried by number 20, Simon Otte.
In on that tackle was
So
another
gain on
start.
play, second down and 10.
And expected to play and play well.
It's a couple of years. That's Baylor Shire in a swing
pass to Aurora flat. Cal slips down. It is shining out there, as you can see.
It is not currently raining here in Aurora. If you are not in the area and you don't know what the weather's been like last few days, it's been raining like rain
Third down and 10.
the last couple of days. Rain all over the place. But here we are getting ready to play some football. And we're going to do our best we can. It's not raining like right now, though. And it's a quick 3rd and 10 here for the Huskies.
Skyler over the middle. It is incomplete, looking for his favorite target, Cade Reichard. Working up on the play.
25, Cade Reichard incomplete. Brings up
Number
4th
11
down
is
and
Jeff
10.
Lucas for the Dukes, and it's a quick 3 out for the York defense.
Since the kick from Shireman Milton was back deep to return that thing for York. And Huskies going to get a good kick from Shireman down to the 25-yard line of the Dukes.
Punt by number 3, Baylor Shireman.
So it will be 1st and 10 for the
Now
York
at
offense.
the 26-yard line of York. 1st and 10 Dukes.
10:35 left here in this opening quarter.
We will see a couple of different quarterbacks for the Dukes.
The first one going under center.
Here's Nate Weston, who's a senior, wants to pop sweep to Simon Otte, and also Claire. The Huskies string it out. The Huskies make a nice tackle. It's Cal Narber that came up and made the final hit, but it was well defended first of all. On the outside linebacker front by Jordan Stevenson. That was a fine job there for Aurora. That's a stable play for the Dukes, and that is to get the power sweep going. And credit to the Husky defense. They didn't allow much of anything there. That
No gain
time,
on the play. 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd and 10 for the Dukes, and now Garrett Snodgrass will go into his shotgun set. Now, I'm not going to call him a Wildcat center tonight.
he just does this a lot. And he gets a little motion though from his offensive line up front.
And that's going to be 5 yards back against the Dukes.
Illegal procedure penalty on the Dukes. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
We are
Brings up
working
2nd
through
down
some
and 15.
internet issues as we go through this, so our recording will be great here in a little bit, folks. Try to reconnect.
It's 2nd and long, and run play over the left side.
Ball carried by Otte. Rylan Willis, number 14, is tackle for the Huskies. No gain on.
Third and 10 for the Dukes. This is Westcamp on the straight drop back. Looks for the screen for Snodgrass. Hit quickly. Garrett breaks away from run. Looks for a block. He's going to run right into Cal Narber. And Narber makes the tackle for a loss on the play. Well defended by the Huskies once again. So
Mark ball at the 22-yard line. 4th down and 14 for the Dukes.
our stream apparently is going for a little bit here. Let's see how long it goes. That's Mason Connor with a punt. State champion high jumper last week. He punts it to side ball. Makes
Mason Connor.
And it's the Huskies taking it back
So
first and
catch
10.
by number 2, Cy Bullerman puts the Huskies.
So both teams go 3 and out on their opening possession of the ball game. first down carry. Narber trying to knife through the middle of that York defense. He is a slippery fella, isn't he? Preston Devon has shared the workload for the last couple of years, but Cal got some carries a year ago, and that's a solid 5 on first down. If the Huskies can run the ball just a little bit, that's going to be very important against this very stingy York offense. Little pass out into the flat. It's right there. Cade goes forward, then gets shoved back, but his forward progress is going to be very close to first down yardage. Third and very short here for the Huskies. Hand off to Narber. He kind of picks his way to the right. I think he lost some yardage there. Yeah, he didn't make much of any headway.
Ball carried by number 24, Cal Narber. Number 70, Masri Mayhew with the tackle for the Dukes.
That was Mayhew in on that tackle. So on 4th and 1, we'll see what Coach Kyle Peterson elects to do. He's going to do a quick kick with Shireman. Wheeler gets that end to point straight up and down, takes a little bit of a Husky bounce, and York will have it 1st and 10 from their own 16.
Run by Shireman down at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10, Dukes.
First and 10 for York, and this is the big old set. They call this the Hoosier set for the Dukes. That is about 700 pounds blocking for 220 in the backfield, and Snodgrass just motoring down the far sideline. I am not kidding you folks when I say it is a lot like getting behind a convoy. And that is exactly what Garrett Snodgrass does. Get out of his own, the shadow of his own end zone, get it out to the 37-yard line. So that is a 25-yard run, 26-yard run, I should say, on first down and back to the big old heavy set. Anchors away, my boys. It's Mayhew is back there. And Raider, and this is Snodgrass again. This is just student body left. He gets planted out of bounds along the York sideline by Cal Narber. 12 yards on that pickup.
Narber with the tackle for the Huskies. Good for a Duke first down. Ball at the 49-yard line.
On the first down carry, it is Snodgrass.
Ball carried by Snodgrass. Number 73, Corey Geisler with the tackle.
Geisler in on that tackle.
4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6.
And this will be Snodgrass trying that sweep on the left side. Gets a big block again for Narber. Shoves it out of bounds, knocks away.
Ball carried by Snodgrass. Narber with the play on the sideline. Gain of about 3. Brings up 3rd down for the Dukes.
Third and 3. Third and short here for the Dukes. It's Snodgrass on the sweep to the right, and this time the Huskies are ready. First guy there was Jordan Stevenson, and he plows under Garrett Snodgrass for a loss. It's 4th and 5.
Ball carried by number 24, Ben Kowalski. Ball to the 21-yard line, good for Duke first down.
All right, folks, I apologize. We've had some big-time internet issues here in Aurora, but we might just have something cooking now for you as we're about 4 minutes left. No one has scored. We've seen a lot of punts. This is far and away the best drive of the night by anybody. That was Simon Otte on the carry off to the left side. We have seen the big old heavy package so far. A couple of plays. It's been great for Garrett Snodgrass. But the last time he ran it on 3rd and short, Jordan Stevenson blew it up near midfield. Now the next play on 4th and 5, the Dukes go for it and get the first down. So this far and away the best scoring opportunity for anybody in the ball game so far here tonight. And it is Simon Otte again over the left side, and he crashes inside the 20. We've seen some hard hits on both sides of the ball.
Carrier. Number 85, Ian Warpacher with the
Warpacher hit on that tackle. We've got 3:40 left to go here in the opening quarter. Thanks for sticking with us long enough to get things going. I think, cross your fingers, we should be good for now. It is 3rd down and about 7 to go. York has the ball on the Aurora 18-yard line. Snodgrass in the backfield in the shotgun there with Kowalski back there with him. 3 receivers right to the left. This is quarterback run all the way to the left. Got a block from Kowalski. Snodgrass into the end zone for the touchdown.
Number 34, Garrett Snodgrass, the ball carrier. Touchdown Dukes.
Testing our audio now. Now we're coming in a little better. That was Garrett Snodgrass on the touchdown run. 6-0. The ensuing kick, extra point from Jory Luther, is good as well. So York is on the board first at the 3-minute mark here of this first quarter. It is York 7 and Aurora nothing. Folks, I want to apologize. We had some hair-raising internet connection issues there as we got started, so let's get you caught up. York won the toss before the game and elected to defer to the second half, so Aurora took the football first. It was a quick 3-and-out by the Huskies. A nice punt by Baylor Shireman put the ball back at about the 20-yard line of York. York went nowhere. Really well defended by the Huskies on that first drive. They force a 3-and-out from York. York punts. Aurora goes 3-and-out. They have to punt again. York started a drive at their own 16. That's the drive that you just saw finish. And now, so they went 84 yards on that drive and finished it off there with the Garrett Snodgrass run. So, and it was Snodgrass that had the yeoman's work as he took that big, heavy set. I think I've seen it referred to as the Hoosier set. If you've been watching York, you know that it's Masri Maypew and Dylan Rader and Damon Rasmussen that work back there in that backfield, and that's just a whole lot of weight in front of a really big guy running the ball anyway. So it's been a good start for both teams, and now we start to play the fun game. Who can outscore the other on the ensuing kickoff taken on the far side? I think that might have been Bullerman, one of the up men there for the Huskies, who will have it 1st and 10.
Number 2, Cy Bullerman.
And it was Bullerman there. Beautiful night here in Aurora. I tell you, if the rain holds off, and we're not worried about it as far as field conditions because of the turf, but we have seen it be just a little slick out there. You know, you've ever spilled a glass of water on the carpet and then stepped on the carpet. You know that it still gets slick, even though it's the carpet. So this is 1st and 10 from their own 35. We'll leave the recording going as long as we can. The internet's still giving us issues. Shireman lines up, fires it deep. Reichert is out there. Incomplete. Little contact, no flag. Shireman showing off the gun there. That was good coverage by Brady Danielson, though.
Pass intended for Reichert, incomplete. Number 15, Brady Danielson with the tackle, or with the coverage, brings up 2nd down and 10.
Shireman on the roll to the near side, looking for anybody, has some time. Baylor pump fakes, looks to go upfield, and is ushered out of bounds by Rader. Dylan, 230-pound senior, usually makes his presence felt when he gets his hands on you. So this will be third down and about 6.5, almost 7 to go for the Huskies. Send a man in motion. Fake that sweep. Shireman back to the near side. That's Narber looking down the sideline. Cal looking to slip a tackle. Now it's a foot race. Cal Narber down the near sideline. Steps away from a tackle. He's in there for the touchdown. 65 yards to Narber. Touchdown, Huskies.
Touchdown, Huskies.
And now for the conversion attempt. Thomas Ivy on the extra point attempt for Aurora, and it is good. So we are all square at 7 apiece here in Aurora tonight. 2:35 to go, first quarter. What's going on right now? If you saw it, it might have been just as you were trying to hit refresh, but Brady Danielson for York just caught a 47-yard touchdown pass from Nick Westcamp, and the Dukes are in front now by a count of 14.
Dukes 14.
To 7. Again, we apologize. I know this is a big game. A lot of people trying to watch this thing, and internet connections, sometimes they befuddle even us. So we appreciate your patience. Trust me, nothing here is going without nothing is happening on this end without a lot of head scratching right now. So, like I said, appreciate you sticking around with us here today. And tonight, as York has taken a 14-7 lead over the Aurora Huskies after both teams went 3 and out on their initial possession. Aurora went 3 and out on their second possession. York had an 84-yard touchdown drive that was capped off by Garrett Snodgrass. Aurora answers with a 62-yard touchdown pass, a little swing pass to Cal Narber that he darted down the sideline. And then just answering after a nice kickoff return, it was 47 yards to Brady Danielson, who made that catch. And Brady's had a fantastic season this year as the leading receiver for the York Dukes. So we're going to kind of strip down, and I've changed templates if Taylor's listening to this. We're going to get a penalty flag at the end of this kickoff return for a face mask on York. And hopefully, folks, we have got you. Hopefully we've got everything squared away. So, Taylor, I went back to an old Aurora template from July. And
10, Huskies at the
knock on wood,
5-yard line.
Here we are. Our hot spot, by the way. So 5 yards tacked on to the end of that. You might have heard, much to the chagrin of the Aurora fans down in front of us. Gorgeous here tonight. Thanks, Oz. Appreciate you watching, man. We'll try to keep it on, make sure those boys in Lincoln know how good this game is. So 2:20 left here in the first quarter. It's been an exciting quarter. Shireman will drop back. Looking to his right, fires a long pass. Holy cow, that's Reichert out there. Makes the catch. Still fighting for some yardage is Cade. And finally, Danielson shoves him out of bounds. But, boy, you get a good eye there of just how strong that left arm of Baylor Shireman is. The kid can just wing it. That is a long, long throw to get it down to that far side. And he does it well. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. And then fake the handoff. Throw it to the near side, incomplete. The new age option. They call it the run pass option. The intended receiver was, I believe it was Rylan Willis on the near side. But a little over his head. Yeah, that was Rylan out there. And so 2nd and 10. Narber on the handoff, coming near side. Got some good seal blocks. And coming inside out, gets tackled by Simon Otte. Getting tackled by Simon Otte, that happens to a lot of guys in the last couple of years. Simon, an all-state player. Older brothers before them. We understand there should be some good wrestling matches about Christmas time in the Otte household. 3rd and 7 for Aurora. Probably 2-down territory here for the Huskies. Quick pass to Reichart. Looking for a tunnel screen, actually. Cade has a first down and does well to hang on to the ball with 2 Dukes draped on top of it. But it's a first down for the Huskies.
Flag on the play.
But a penalty flag is down. I did not see that come in, so we'll see where it's at. Officials conferring there in the middle of the field.
No way!
Huskies are clapping. They're going to wave off whatever penalty flag. And now we're good. So first down for Aurora from the York 21. Narber goes out in motion. Shireman, straight drop. Pump fakes over the middle. Now he's got pressure. Steps away from it, though. Rolling to his left. Still looking for a pass downfield. Nobody is open. Now over the middle late. It is incomplete. Boy, it was almost caught twice by Narber. It was almost intercepted by Otte. And that was a very exciting incompletion.
Incomplete brings up 2nd down and 10.
So, like we said, long incompletion. Oh, we had, penalty flag. So that was illegal man downfield. And all of that scrambling around, sometimes the offensive linemen tend to wander, and you get 3 yards as a cushion. But if you get beyond that, then the officials will start to flag you for illegal man downfield. So that was the call there. So the incompletion, or even if it had been completed, it would have gone for naught. So it's 2nd down and 15 now. Shireman in an empty set. Now has a little pressure. Starts to roll to his left. Throws it out in the flat. It is caught. That's Stevenson. And Zach is ushered out of bounds at the 10-yard line. That will be a Husky first down.
Pass complete to Stevenson.
So Jordan did well there, and I tell you, that might be something that the Huskies do a lot of tonight, is end up with basically a scramble drill. So your communication between Shireman and these receivers, it's going to be paramount for the Huskies here tonight. Shireman in the shotgun wants to hand it off to Narber. Cal kind of waits and again gets snowed under at about the 8-yard line. Maypew was in there along with Dylan Rader. Excuse me, not Maypew. That was Hunter Smith, one of the defensive ends, slid down to nose guard on that play. A little over 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter, so see how many times Aurora wants to snap it here in the next minute or so. Fake the handoff. Shireman wanted a quick pass. Now he'll just lob it up there, and it's going to be caught. What a catch in the corner of the end zone. Oh, my goodness, it's Rylan Willis. But a penalty flag is down in the middle of the field. And the officials pointing back towards the Husky huddle, and the Huskies are starting to move backwards. So that just flip it up in the air and let Rylan go catch it. That's going to be a penalty back against the Huskies and takes off the touchdown off the board. Boy, this has been fun to watch so far here tonight. But that touchdown will go for naught, and about 24 seconds left here in the first quarter. It is 2nd and goal, by the way, with the ball spotted at the 14-yard line.
Penalty puts the ball at the 14-yard line, 2nd down.
Play clock is at 6 right now. Shireman's got a good look at that. Takes a look to his left. Got Narber on the quick out. Cal's got the catch. Cal turns up. Cal's got the touchdown. Well, you could see that from here. Boy, we had a great angle, didn't we? On this camera shot, Shireman looking to his right the whole way. And now we are an extra point away from being tied. Or, hey, it's Aurora. You never know what's going to happen, right? Ryan Hunter, 165-pound junior, on for the extra point kick. Pretty good snap, good hold, and that one is good. So we thought it would be fun and exciting, and so far it is. Tied up at 14 as we approach the end of the first quarter here on the Striv TV Game of the Week.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
All right, we are back, and we have a scoreboard. Look at that, folks. So we get things kind of figured out here by the end of the first quarter. Great drive there by the Huskies, and they answer the Dukes. It's a driving kick by Hunter, and it will be Jory Luther who fields it at his own 11, looking for some blocks to the near side. Has the 20, 25 down the sideline. Jory steps out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the York Dukes here at the very end of this first quarter. So when we started this quarter, both defenses were playing lights out. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. The first 3 possessions for both teams combined in this game. Since then, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Fun stuff. Just exactly what we thought we might see, right? Dukes checking the play cards on their wrist. That is Snodgrass on the keeper to his left side the whole way. Gets an edge block from Kowalski. Now Snodgrass in the open field is drug out of bounds on the far side into Husky territory as we will end the first quarter. And that's the end of the first. We will get things kind of situated for quarter number 2. It's coming up here on Striv TV.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work a computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
All right. Well, again, folks, I really do apologize. We have had some big-time internet connection issues here in Aurora. Maybe we can blame it on the rain, which has begun to fall again here in Aurora. We haven't had rain during the game just yet, but we are tied up at 14, and we are just underway, actually, in the second quarter. And this is Simon Otte trying to get outside to the right, and he is cut down by Cal Narber. Cal has had an outstanding game so far for the Huskies, offensively and defensively. Got a long touchdown catch, was the first score of the game for the Huskies. Tied it up, made it 7-7, and we've seen him on defense tonight be just really, really solid against this powerful York rushing attack. So missed what everything was before that, but it's 2nd down and 21 from the 38 of Aurora. And so that is Nick Westcamp in the shotgun now with a couple of backs on either side. He wants a quick pass, and it is incomplete. Might have been tipped by Stevenson, and then his intended receiver was Tyler Cast. Tyler had it had a chance at it, but could not effectively haul it in when it was all said and done. We'll try to piece together a recording of this game and have that up just as quick as we can after the ball game tonight as well. Since we've missed so much of it, we will try to get you as good as we can. Westcamp on 3rd and a mile. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's beyond the line of scrimmage. He's not going to have a first down as he gets to the 35. He picks up just about 3 yards is all.
Ball carried by number 16, Nick Westcamp, brought down by
Boniface, along with 73, Corey Geisler, in on that tackle. So it's 4th down and 18, but from the 35 of Aurora. As it's hard to tell from the box because the wind is out of the north now in Aurora. Is it actually raining, or is it just a really, really heavy mist? The coaches, I'm sure, have taken this time out just to find that very thing out. So we'll get our scoreboard updated here, and we'll be back to Aurora after this.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Tied up at 14 here early on second quarter. To recap the scoring, Garrett Snodgrass of York got it started with an 8-yard run in the first quarter. Aurora answered back on a long pass play, 68 yards to Cal Narber. The very next drive, the very next snap, I believe, actually, was a 47-yard touchdown pass for York to Brady Danielson. And then Aurora gets another catch on their last possession. This is Snodgrass over the middle. That's Danielson. Brady down inside the 5. He didn't score, but he's within 1 yard of the goal line. That is why Garrett Snodgrass, if we were keeping track of efficiency in the state of Nebraska, probably would be leading the state of Nebraska and maybe the country in efficiency as a quarterback. Now Snodgrass, they go quickly to the line of scrimmage, just wants a quarterback sneak, and that is all he needs is to get on the backs of those big fellas in front and get his way into the end zone. Another touchdown for York. It's the second for Snodgrass here in the ballgame.
Touchdown, Dukes.
And it comes right at that 10:07 mark of the second quarter as that rain continues to fall. We mentioned that during the first quarter and pregame, there wasn't any rain actually falling from the sky here in Aurora, but as this second quarter has started, it has definitely begun to come down out there. Jory Luther on for the extra point kick. Good snap. Hold looked pretty good. Kick looked good as well, and it was. York 21, Aurora 14. Will come back to a soggy Husky Stadium after this.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Back here in Aurora, we'll get through this kickoff from Jory Luther and the York Dukes, and then we're going to go down on our sideline tonight. A new sideline reporter for this evening. We'll introduce him here in a moment. Garrett Snodgrass just scored his second touchdown of the night. That's a bouncing kickoff return through the hands of the first guy, and now it is Cal Narber that pops out of a hole down the near sideline for the Aurora Huskies. He is out to midfield, gets by a stiff arm, and gets knocked out of bounds, but a nice return down there all the way near the 40-yard line of the York Dukes. Let's go down onto the sideline now, and former Duke David Ginwright is on the sideline. David, how's it going down there, man?
Well, weather's escalated pretty quickly. It's turned into a clear, breezy night. Now is a misty fog. It's not quite a rain yet, but it's coming down pretty good for a mist. We're getting close to a rain. I think throwing the ball is still an option at this point, but very slim.
Very slim. How slick is that turf if you're just walking on it?
Just walking on it, my shoes are actually turf shoes, and at this point, they're still slipping around a little bit. So it's pretty slick out here.
Narber tried to go deep down the far sideline. David is a graduate of York High School back in May and is now at Hastings College. So, David, you haven't been on a sideline for a Friday night football game. How is it down there, man?
It's crazy, honestly. The emotions that you see from some of these guys down here is insane. Kyle Peterson, the head coach of Aurora, has had a few guys come out with small injuries, and he's told them, hey, you're not hurt. You have to stay in this game. We need you. And they buy into that. They believe it, and they go right back into the game. So the emotion is huge, and both teams want this game really bad.
It's a huge game. David, we'll check back in throughout the rest of the night. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
All right, that's a nice slick run there by Cal Narber to pick up some nice yards for Aurora. On 2nd and 10, he has got a first down, so they're going to give him the full 10 and move it for a first down. 9:50 to go here in the first half, and Aurora has answered every time tonight for the York Dukes. Remember, York won the toss and elected to defer to the second half, so York will get the ball first in the second half. Shireman in the shotgun. On 1st and 10, steps up in the pocket, looking to scramble a little bit now. Back into the middle he goes, evades one, and does well to kind of lean forward for about 6 or 7 yards there. So again, folks, we apologize earlier tonight. Just some really terrible luck with our internet connection. Was not happening for us. And we appreciate your patience in finding us tonight and sticking with us. Hopefully, knock on wood, we've got a few things figured out. They want the read play. That is Narber up the middle on 2nd and 4, and he's got about 3.5. So 3rd down and short yardage to go here. Upcoming for the Huskies from the 22-yard line of York. You can see that missed. It is definitely coming in now. Cut this air with a knife is what you can do. Shireman, a little pop pass over the middle. It's Stevenson. Jordan makes the move, and he's got the touchdown. Shireman took off up the middle like he was going to run it himself. Stevenson slipped behind the linebackers, and he was wide open for that touchdown. So 8:40 left, and we are real close to having another tie ball game. Getting the call from the sideline, and Ryan Hunter will come back into PAT formation. Out of the hold of Trevor Cumston. Good snap. Hold looked good. That got partially blocked, though. Knifing through there was Simon Otte. Simon, that if I'm not mistaken, that is the 4th blocked kick of the season for Simon Otte. And the Dukes have the lead, even though both teams have 3 touchdowns. 21-20 Dukes, and they get the ball when we come back. Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
That ball is live and loose. The Dukes fortunate to get on it back at their own 24.
Kick by Hunter, picked up by number 11, Jeb Lucas. Covered up at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Dukes.
So York will have it, and that is Snodgrass taking it over to his right. Pyle moves forward. Garrett's still on his feet trying to spin away, but not for too long. So he gets tackled out across the way. You can see it now, folks. You can see that haze coming over the top of the press box and into the camera view. It is a soggy mess. Thank goodness for turf here in Aurora. This would be a muddy mess in a lot of places, I would venture to guess, in the state of Nebraska here tonight. This is the big jumbo set, but a low snap is covered up by the Dukes. It was one of those big fellas on the recovery. Douglas Lazo falls on that thing, what could have been a disaster for the Dukes.
Loss of 2 brings up 3rd down and 9.
And now a shift in personnel for Coach Glenn Snodgrass and the Dukes. Over the last 6 times these teams have played, Aurora owns a 4-2 advantage overall in games won. Total score since 2012, 144 to 138. And so in 6 games, 6 total points separating these teams.
False start on the offense brings up 3rd down and 14 for the Dukes after the 5-yard penalty.
So the penalty makes it 3rd and 14. Westcamp with a low snap, has some pressure, fires it deep right side. It is over everybody's head and incomplete. Snodgrass got knocked down, and Dad/Coach Glenn was not happy that his a intended receiver was knocked down during his route. And it is 4th and long. So we're going to see a punt from York here. Against pressure, it's not a great kick from Mason Connor. Huskies will get away from it, and it's going to be rolling dead at the York 40-yard line. So prime starting field position.
Dukes punt goes to the 40-yard line. Huskies will take over 1st and 10.
6:51 to go here in the first half of what has been a really, really entertaining game. We were not expecting anything different, of course. Right now, our only separation is a blocked extra point by Simon Otte. The last time Aurora had scored a touchdown. Last time it was Zach Stevenson on the swing pass, on the screen pass over the middle, actually. That they tried to get these tunnel screens set up to Reichart, and he is dropped for a loss on the play. Snodgrass in on that tackle. Garrett just makes so many plays for the Dukes in every facet of the game, whether he's taking the snap as a quarterback or running it as a quarterback, throwing it. He might be lining up as a tight end. It's a little inside draw to Narber, and Cal, slippery with the wet weather, gets through the middle of that defense for a little bit. Maypew then comes from behind and pulls him down. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 8, though. Also in on that tackle was big Dylan Rader. Dylan, the leading tackler for the Dukes on the season. 3rd and 7, they will mark it all the way to the 37-yard line, actually. So 3rd and manageable. You're probably thinking 2-down territory here anyway. And Shireman wants the play-action pass, and he's going to get dropped. Garrett Snodgrass didn't bite on the play fake and dropped Shireman for a loss on the play. All the way back to the 45-yard line. It's 4th and 15 upcoming. Shireman in a little deeper punt for set formation, and we're going to get a penalty, I would think. Boy, right in front of an official, one of the Dukes was trying to get, I don't know if you can hear it from, the crowd mic right in front of us, was trying to get off the field, and from our vantage point, didn't look like it. But the official is okay with how everything transpired, and so 1st and 10 for York.
1st and 10 for the Dukes.
From their own 12-yard line. So York will have it again. They want the inside handoff to Otte off the right side. He has it just at the 15-yard line. Cal Narber, who else? In on that tackle. Carter Persley as well. This defensive line for Aurora, it's been big in recent years. This year, it's not, but they're good wrestlers, and so it's small guys that are quick and can get around some blocks. It's a big offensive line for York. I mean, they're averaging 280 basically across that front 5 for the Dukes, and then if you throw Snodgrass at tight end, now you got 220 there. Snodgrass wants a deep pass over the middle. It is incomplete. It was broken up beautifully by the safety that was going with him that time. That was Ryland Willis. Westcamp was looking for that quick pass over the middle on the play action, and Willis was able to knock it free. And so it is 3rd down and 8 now for the York Dukes. We'll let that clock get to where it is actually stopped, which is at 4:42, and then we're ready for it. So this is Snodgrass in the shotgun. Drops the snap initially. Pressured, and he's dropped. The bobble in the backfield doesn't let him go anywhere, and it's Borkature on the sack of Snodgrass, and the Dukes are forced to punt. Couple of low snaps from center tonight for York. They were fortunate to fall on every snap that has been dropped back there, but now Mason Connor stands in his own end zone, and you got to think the Huskies are coming after this one. They were close last time. Snap is okay, and good blocking that time. Connor gets a driving kick. It's not too bad, actually, fielded by Bullerman, and steps out of bounds to side. Didn't have anybody blocking for him, really, anyway. So 4 minutes to go, first half. Ball hasn't left the York side of the field for much of this quarter, actually.
Steps out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
They will actually mark him at the 46. Time of possession hasn't been real long in the last 3 or 4 possessions for either squad, as Aurora will trot back out here.
Baylor Shireman, junior quarterback, in the shotgun. Wants that read play again to Narber over the right side. Cal flips himself forward over his tackler by Ben Mohorn. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Ben. If you saw on Twitter the other day, Ben put himself together an outstanding hype video for the softball team as they get ready for districts whenever they get that played. But it was basically a highlight reel from the conference tournament last week, and Ben put together one heck of a video. It was really, really cool. Check out the York softball Twitter account if you haven't seen it. That, we get back to football now. Noah Stefersky makes that tackle in the backfield. And it's 3rd and 8 here for Aurora with 3:18 and counting in the first half. It's still a miss, but boy, is it coming down out there. Right, Austin? It's what? Too much water on the screen. Couldn't type on the screen, so we have to come in so we can tweet. That's what we're doing. Shireman on 3rd and 8. Pressure right away. Gets rid of it. Far side. Incomplete. Boy, that hung up in the air for a while. And it was broken up over there by Jeb Lucas. When he's got time, that ball can come out of there with a lot of speed, and he can set his feet. That ball can come out with a lot of speed from Shireman. But, boy, you put him on the run and it gets wet like this, boy, that can be a floating duck out there sometimes. So 4th and 8, you got to wonder, got to think here that probably a kick. And, yes, they're going to punt it away from Cast, who was back deep. And it's a nice kick by Shireman. And it's going to go down to about the 6-yard line. So really well done there. So the last 2 times that York has started to drive, it's been from their own 12 and now their own 6. 2.5 minutes to go here before the end of the first half. 44, actually. This is a handoff to Simon Otte over the right side. Slips through a couple of guys. Now Simon Otte is in the open field. Tracked down by Cal Narber all the way out to the 35-yard line. That's a 29-yard pickup by Otte, his longest carry of the night by far. Simon has not really got going offensively. Made plenty of stops on defense, but that maybe that gets going number 20. As Snodgrass will go under center with Kowalski at fullback and Otte at tailback in an I formation. And they want a little quarterback keep. This is Snodgrass going out to the right side. Well defended. Narber makes the tackle there for the Husky defense. Boy, that looked like it could have been a lot more. That's kind of an old single wing type play. You're faking the dive one way. You're faking kind of the running back the other way. And the quarterback keeps it wide right. That's the old Worley series. I know that one. A little over 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And at 21-20, boy, that blocked extra point looms really large right now. See, with the rain keep coming like it is, you kind of wonder if anybody can break something free. This is Snodgrass. This run all the way to the near side as Huskies are getting flipped over on their defense, but Snodgrass gets upended, and he gets tackled by Corey Geisler. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 8. Narber was there as well. Cal has been fantastic on defense tonight, in addition to a couple long touchdowns. So 3rd and a bunch here for York. Cast is the receiver on the near side. 3 receivers out to the right. That is Snodgrass in the shotgun. With Otte beside him, he wants the pitch play. He just wants to go block for Simon is what he does. Simon still on his feet. He's got a first down, and he's all the way into Aurora territory down to the 41-yard line. Clock will, our clock is going to run to catch up with the game clock, which is currently at 1:09 to go.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line.
And now it winds again. And now we're all caught up. Now Otte is in the near slot, and then Danielson, and then Cast out to the right side. This is a run play, though, for Snodgrass. Starts right, cuts back left, looking for a seam. Slips off a tackle and is bumped out of bounds at about the 30-yard line as he's going to pick up he's going to have first down yardage there for the York Dukes.
Brought down by Borkacher.
Ian Borkacher in on the tackle.
for Aurora. Boy, this would be huge. Remember, York gets the ball first in the second half. They deferred after they won the toss, and Aurora took the football first. So 53 seconds left in the half and 2 timeouts remaining for both squads. Clock stopped to get things set. This is the big jumbo set. This has been Snodgrass behind these big fellas all night tonight, just like this. He's going to go away from them, though, come on a little counter play, and down to about the 26-yard line. Inbounds, out of bounds, I can't tell. Nobody made a call, so the clock will roll. Now they're going to stop it, so he was out of bounds. So Garrett picks up about 5 there. Get caught up here. Again, that jumbo set. Snodgrass is in that backfield. He will keep it to his right, and he wanted to throw it. And, they're going to call it incomplete. Borkature. They are calling the pass incomplete. Now they're going to call him down. They are going to give Borkature the sack. Now we have mass confusion, and the clock stopped. Right away, the head official motioned incomplete pass. Later, he changes his mind. No, Borkature does get the sack of Snodgrass, and that forces a timeout by Aurora. By York. So 1 timeout remaining for the Dukes. Game clock is at 28 seconds, so we'll get that fixed. So officials not quite exactly sure what to do there, but I've seen Snodgrass pop that up with a pass as it looks like run all the way. And he wanted to pop that up, but Borkature came from inside out from a safety spot, actually, and blew that thing up, and he got Snodgrass with the knee on the ground before he could get rid of it. So this is a timeout taken by York. 1 timeout remaining. And 28 seconds left, but it is 3rd down and about 16 to go. With the ball back to the 36-yard line, they need to get to the 20. That is Westcamp. High snap into the backfield. Foot race to get back there. Westcamp will just fall on it. And now Aurora will take a timeout. Okay. Well, when this was 1st and 10 from the 30 for York, from the Aurora 30, you were thinking that the Dukes were maybe going to go get something in here. But how about a timeout for Aurora? It is 4th. That ball is on the 40-yard line. It is 4th and 40 for York right now.
4th down and 40 for the Dukes.
Well, this has been crazy, folks. We've got 21-20 as our score. York has got 2 Garrett Snodgrass runs, sandwiched around a 47-yard touchdown pass from Nick Westcamp to Brady Danielson. For Aurora, Cal Narber, a 62-yard touchdown catch from Baylor Shireman. Narber, a 20-yard touchdown catch from Baylor Shireman. And Zach Stevenson, a 20-yard touchdown catch from Baylor Shireman. So Baylor's been good tonight. No interceptions. In fact, no turnovers either way. Though York has done well to avoid a couple of fumbles on some low snaps. So 4th down and 40 from their 40 for York. Here come the Huskies on the pressure. They do not get it. Mason Connor gets a driving kickoff. This is a beauty. And with nobody back there to receive it for Aurora, this thing's going to be blown dead at about the 8-yard line. And they're going to stop the clock with 7 seconds left. That was a beautiful punt. Let's call that one 53 yards in the driving rain for Mason Connor. So he does his job just to get that snap off. And I think maybe with 7 seconds left, you kind of wonder if Aurora and Coach Kyle Peterson might just be happy to say, you know what, let's not do anything silly. Let's just get to halftime here. It is cool and wet, and it is just miserable outside. You see the rain, it's coming down in sheets out there. The good news, no lightning. If we can avoid that for the rest of the night, we'll be doing just fine. And just taking that knee is Shireman, and that will be the half. So what a half it was. 21-20, York Dukes have the lead at the halftime break. We're going to close up a window for a little bit. I believe the Aurora Marching Band coming out here at halftime, so we'll take a peek at them here on Striv TV.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field as the 2017 Marching Huskies take the field to perform for your halftime entertainment. This year's band is under the direction of Mr. Dan Sadanka and Mrs. Kate Metzger. Coaching the color guard is Nicole Merton. The band is led on the field by drum majors Elliot Jensen and Timothy Havlick. The band will be performing their competition show titled Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Show songs are Star Wars: The Force Awakens Part 1, The Force Awakens Part 2, and The Force Awakens Part 3. Last Saturday, the band participated in the Columbus Marching Invitational Parade and Field Competition, where they received the first place trophy for Class B parade bands and a superior rating at the field competition. Tomorrow, the band will be participating in the annual Harvest of Harmony Parade and Field Competition. They are the 100th event in the parade and will perform at 1:45 at the field competition. The band would love to see as many familiar faces as possible at both of these performances. And now, drum majors Elliot Jensen and Timothy Havlick. Is your band ready? The field is yours.
Do you guys want our spots so you don't get soaked? Join us. Okay, wait. I'm gonna give it to the highest bidder. Every now and then we say bad things about the coaches. It's really entertaining. I'm gonna give it to the highest bidder. Wait, what's in there? Nice to meet you. You will be dry up here. Yes, you will. It's nice and pretty. Yeah, I did. But, yeah. There. It's good. I really like it. Yeah.
Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2017 Aurora Husky Marching Band.
All right, folks, we are back here in Aurora. We're getting ready for the start of the second half between the third-ranked York Dukes and the eighth-ranked Aurora Huskies. It was an exciting first half. We apologize profusely about our internet connections. When you're streaming on the internet, you're kind of bound by what kind of internet connection you can get. We found something that has worked, though, for the last 49 minutes and 23, 24, 25 seconds. So we really appreciate your patience. 3 straight punts to start the game, and then 6 straight touchdowns, 3 for each team. Left us at 21-20 after a blocked extra point was the difference. So after Zach Stevenson scored on a 20-yard pass from Baylor Shireman. Beautifully designed little, almost a jump pass type thing where Shireman faked like he was on third and short, faked like he was going to run it himself, then popped up, and Stevenson had slipped behind the linebackers, was wide open for the touchdown. But the blocked extra point by Simon Otte, his 4th blocked field goal or extra point of the season, that left our score at 21-20, and we thought we were going to keep going back and forth, but both defenses kind of figured out something towards the end of that first half and started to put the clamps down. So York won the toss to start the game, which means they will get the ball, and deferred, which means they are going to get the ball to start here in the second half. So thanks for joining us on Striv Sports and on Striv TV on the Aurora channel for our game of the week. As we get ready for second half action, it is Ryan Hunter with the ball teed up at his own 40. Sends his mates out to their positions, and we are just about ready for our ensuing kickoff. Nobody has kicked it deep on purpose either way tonight. That continues. Another squibber. That's going to go out of bounds down the near side, and when the officials actually gets rolled out of bounds, I got to chuckle a little bit. Wyatt Cass took out 2 Huskies and an official in one block. That was impressive, I'm not going to lie. But the kickoff out of bounds, not so impressive for
the Huskies, and it's closer than the 35, so York will have it 1st and 10 at their own 35. We've seen Westcamp and Snodgrass both at quarterback at times in this game. Simon Otte has carried it a few. Snodgrass has been the most effective when he's run out of that big heavy set, but Aurora has figured out how to defend against that big heavy set. This is a quick hitter to the fullback. I believe that might have been Otte playing fullback actually that time. And he muscles his way out across the 40-yard line to the 42. Rylan Willis in on that tackle. Ian Borkacher had a big sack at the end of that first half for the Husky defense, was also there as well. It is 5, though. Rader now goes to fullback. That is Otte on an ISO play. Simon with a block out in front of him. He's got some open space. Narber finally ushers him out of bounds. Well, that is a big-time run for Simon Otte. We saw him get loose for 26 yards at the end of the, towards the middle, actually, I should say, of the second quarter. But he picks up nice yardage there on that second down play. So the Dukes on the march. Handed off Otte, right side, gets another big power block, steps through a tackle. Now Simon Otte down the near sideline at the 20, giving chase for the Huskies. Simon bouncing off guys and finally brought down at the 6-yard line. On the tackle was Cumston, but it's Simon Otte carrying the load here early on in this third quarter for the Dukes.
Odie's going to be brought down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
First and goal. It's been all Otte on the drive. Westcamp under center. Snodgrass is the tight end. Handed off Otte. Coming right side. Puts his head down and only makes it to the 5. Tackled by one of the interior linemen. Corey Geisler gets off the pile along with Grant Boniface, one of the inside linebackers. Second and goal at the 5.
Second and goal for the Dukes. Ball at the 5-yard line.
For York right out of the gate here in the second half. Westcamp under center. Weak side ISO play, stuffed up, I was trying to say, and it came out wrong. Narber in on the tackle of Otte, and it's third and goal from the 3. Barger also in there as well. Westcamp again under center. Again, it's Otte. Left side, this time he's going to dance outside and make it in the end zone for the touchdown. Simon Otte with another touchdown run for the Dukes. 27-20 and an extra point on the way. That's Simon's first touchdown of the night. Garrett Snodgrass going to come in to hold on the extra point. And the kick attempt by Jory Luther. They're going to fake it now. And Snodgrass did not make it. So heads up play by the special teams for Aurora, and we just had a big flash of lightning that went overhead, and I think officials may have to talk about what's going to transpire here. A little slow to get up is Snodgrass, actually, but does get up under his own power. And so that is a big fail on a fake 2-point conversion, is going to leave our score 27-20 in favor of York. Here with 10:25 to go in the third quarter. That rain has come down. And like we said, we were hoping to avoid the lightning. There was the forecast of some thunderstorms, and I'm hoping that was a big camera flash. That's what I'm hoping, anyway. Here momentarily, we're going to go down on the sideline in just a second. After this kickoff, we will go down on the sideline, check in with David Ginwright, patrolling the sidelines for us here this evening in Aurora. So as that rain continues to fall, it looks like the rain has actually let up a little bit from what it was in the second quarter and halftime. Luther on the kickoff. And a penalty flag before this kick goes is probably going to be a procedure. We've seen a couple of these actually tonight on kickoffs, whereas the kicker approaches the guys going to cover actually end up getting to the 40-yard line before the kicker does. So it's offsides. It's a procedure, if you will, just like a false start on the offense. So you go back and you kick it from 5 yards farther back. It is a little breezy out of the north as well, is it not now, Austin? I mean, is that a noticeable wind that could be affecting some things too? Just a little chilly and affecting the flight of a ball? Yeah, a little bit. All right. I should have asked David Ginwright, who's on the field right now, about that. Sorry, David. I'll get to you in a second. This time Luther will kick a deep sidewinder. It's off the hands of Bullerman and will go out of bounds. That is a terrible break for the Huskies as Bullerman sees it goes through his hands and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. So let's go down onto the sideline for David Ginwright. David, is it flash? Tell me that's a camera flash down there.
What's that?
Is it a camera flash down there, or is that lightning?
It was lightning to our, I believe, the west.
Oh, fun.
So, yeah, we could see a delay at some point.
You know, we don't want any delays. But how is the spirits for York have to be pretty good after a good start on that opening drive?
Oh, absolutely. As soon as I walked over here, there was a noticeable noise difference. It's much louder on this side of the field, both on the sideline and in the stands. Both sides are louder over here than it is on the home side of the field, which kind of took me by surprise.
And David has made his way to the other side of the field where the York crowd is, and the York student section. There's a student section over there making some noise over there for the guys as well, right?
That's right. They're pretty loud right now.
That is Cal Narber carrying it across the 20 for a first down for the Aurora Huskies. David, I'm curious, what is the mood of the stadium right now? The weather is kind of keeping everybody a little bit on their hands, except for the student sections on both sides.
Well, the parents and just regular spectators over here on York's side are all up on their feet for the most part, all still pretty loud. Lots of umbrellas, raincoats, but for the most part, the weather hasn't affected the mood at this field very much.
All right, it's been fun. David, we'll check back in later on tonight. Thanks, man. Stay kind of dry.
I'm trying.
David Ginwright, he's at Hastings College now, but he just couldn't stay away from the high school sideline. So with Tony on the road this week, we've got us a new sideline reporter doing a nice job out there braving the elements. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass by Baylor Shireman. He's got an empty set. There was only 3 offensive linemen there for Aurora. Now Shireman just lofts a wounded duck up there. A lot of contacts, and Danielson's going to get away with it. That was Brady coming over the top of the receiver that time, Cade Reichart. And on what was like a jump ball playing 500 in the backyard with the Cousins, ends up being just an incomplete pass. It's hard to tell. Is it thundering or is that the train too? That's the train. Okay. Have a stoppage of the clock. Oh, we did anyway. In any effect, now it's 3rd and 10 for Aurora. And they are doing that. They are going with 3 offensive linemen, and 6 guys are spread out like they are eligible receivers. And now we're just going to get another chuck deep. Stevenson just over his fingertips and incomplete. Coach Kyle Peterson is bringing out the stops in this game, though, lining up 3 offensive linemen, but you got to have 6 guys lined up on the line of scrimmage. And so when you've only got 3 linemen, that means your receivers, some of your receivers are ineligible, and so they can't go down the field. But if you're York and trying to defend it, you got to figure out who's eligible and who's not so you know who to try to guard. And it's a really interesting way to try to play offense. What's that? They can run, yes. And if Aurora wanted to run, sure, where you can run an end around. It's that you got to have the 7 guys on the line of scrimmage at the snap, and you can't have 5 guys in the backfield. You can only have 4 in the backfield. But it doesn't say that you have to have 5 guys with the lineman number.
Interesting stuff there. This is Simon Otte getting untracked again. Simon with a big run down the far side. He's getting to the open field. We're going to get a penalty flag, though, right where Simon made that last cut. He's going to win the foot race to the end zone, but the entirety of the run is not going to count. As it stands, it's a big run for the score. It would be 71 yards, but it's not going to all count. Part of this is coming back. So it is going to be enough for a first down, but a block in the back is the call against the Dukes and move it to the 44-yard line. So still first down, still 10 yards to go. And they want the inside trap. That's Kowalski, and got to make sure I say the right one. This is Ben, not Alex anymore. Ben Kowalski carries it into Husky territory to the 49-yard line. He picked up 7, where it's 2nd and 3.
Husky territory to the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 3.
We've got a stoppage. Cy Bullerman comes off the field for the Husky defense. Westcamp under center, hands it to Simon Otte, who played fullback on that play. Simon's got enough for the first down at the Aurora 40, just across the 45-yard line.
Ball carried by Otte.
And York actually going with a little hurry up. Dylan Rader now playing fullback in front of Otte. That puts Snodgrass at tight end on the near side. Westcamp under center. Hand off to Otte left side behind his big fullback. Simon gets up and over a pile and down to the 39-yard line. He picks up 5 right on schedule. Now Westcamp comes out. That would put Snodgrass in a quarterback position. Rader will stay at fullback, though, as Cast goes to tight end. And this is a quarterback keep to the near side, and that is Snodgrass. Garrett stopped up, spins out of 2 guys. Garrett Snodgrass down the near sideline. He's got a 1st and 10 for the Dukes of York. Ryan Hunter finally pulled him down at the 17-yard line.
Brought down by number 82, Ryan Hunter. Duke first down.
And again, trying to go a little quick are the Dukes. Westcamp back out there at quarterback. Snodgrass at tight end on the near side. Handoff to Otte to the left. And he's got a few yards inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He picks up 3. Narber was there. Called Cal's name plenty of times tonight, whether it was offense or defense for the Huskies. That's a big possession here for York, leading 27-20, seemingly momentum on their side. Kowalski the fullback, Otte the tailback for an I formation. Westcamp under center. He will give it to Otte, right side, weaves his way through the middle of the defense. He's down inside the 5. It's goal to go for the Dukes.
Number 85, Ian Borkature with the tackle.
Borkature makes the stop for Aurora, but it is 1st and goal from the 3. Clock winds as Westcamp goes under center. Otte at fullback. Simon gets the call. Simon gets the touchdown.
Number 20, Simon Otte.
His second run, a touchdown run of 3 yards here in this second half, and York has opened up a 33-20 lead. With the extra point still on the way. Remember last time they came out and faked it. Garrett Snodgrass lined up as the holder, took the snap and tried to plunge over the right side, but Aurora was ready for it. Now Nick Westcamp is out there to hold for Jory Luther. Good snap.
Hold got into Westcamp, but Nick did well to get it down, and the kick is good by Luther. York 34, Aurora 20 with 6 minutes to go here. Actually, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Huskies need an answer when we come back.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work a computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
York 34, Aurora 20 in a battle of top 10 teams here in Aurora tonight. The Dukes ranked third in Class B, and number 8 are the Huskies by the Omaha World Herald this week. Both teams with their losses that they've had been really quality losses. The only loss for the Dukes this year has been to number 1 Elkhorn South to begin the season. Losses to McCook and Scotts Bluff for the Huskies. Cal Narber darts out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line for the return. Our rain has subsided a little bit. It's down to a heavy mist. We've seen a couple of flashes of lightning. I haven't seen any bolts, though. And so we have played on despite less than ideal weather. Thank goodness for the turf. Otherwise, we'd be sitting here with a sloppy mess. From their own 33, an incomplete pass for Shireman.
Shireman's pass incomplete, intended for Reichart.
Cade Reichart has been held really quiet. There's another flash just after I say that we've played through some lightning. Reichardt's been held in check pretty well by York, whether it's been by defensive alignment or just good defensive play on Reichart. 58 catches and 11 touchdowns coming into the game, but really hasn't got going so far. And this one, a penalty flag comes down as Narber takes an inside shovel pitch for a couple of yards.
Flag on the play.
So we'll see what this flag is about. A procedure against Aurora is going to be declined, and so that play, that shovel pass to Narber is going to count, and it's third and a short 7, really. So York, very confident in their defense right now to get a stop on 3rd and 7. The rain may have died down a little bit, but I think that wind might have picked up by now. Out of the north. Shireman wants a quick pass. It's late getting out to Reichart, and Cade drops it. Incomplete pass. Shireman pumped to Reichart like he was going to throw it quickly, and then it didn't come out of his hand. By the time it did, the defense was going to be there anyway, and so now it's 4th and 7. So Shireman will go in. What he's done tonight is just a little deeper shotgun is all. He goes to about 8 yards instead of his typical 4 or 5. And we've seen this, just a quick kick. And it's a great one. Goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line of York. So 6.5 minutes to go. Aurora 2 punts and York 2 touchdown drives to start this second half. Going to put it down at the 18. That was a 24-second possession. So that York defense has put the clamps on since it was 3 straight touchdowns for both teams in that first half. Both teams clamped down on defense at the end of the first half, but York has managed 2 good scoring drives so far here in this third quarter. 6.5 minutes to go in the period still. Westcamp under center will hand it off to the man in the second half. That's Simon Otte, and he is tackled shy of the 25-yard line. He does pick up about 5 yards there, though. I believe that was Borkacher in on that tackle.
Otte with the carry, 5 yards on the plays.
For Aurora.
By Boniface.
Grant Boniface also in there as well. This is Otte again over the near side. And he is going to be right at, if not having first down yardage. Rylan Willis in on that tackle.
Otte the ball carrier.
For Aurora, but it is going to be 2 carries, 11 yards, and a first down. That's exactly what Coach Glenn Snodgrass would take right now for the Dukes. It was interesting to look back at the, let's see, about 14 years worth of records are on the NSAA website. And going back to 2003 is where they were. And it was interesting to note the scoring records between these two teams. I'll get more on that in a second. Otte takes it left side. He's got a first down. Simon Otte still rumbling down the far sideline. Finally pushed out of bounds across midfield to the 44-yard line of Aurora. The Dukes getting the O-line fired up across the way. Looking back to 2003 was the last time before Coach Glenn Snodgrass that the York Dukes were in the playoffs. And a 7-2 regular season was spoiled at the end of the regular season by this Aurora team. Coach Randy Hubert, the only time he missed the playoffs was when his squad was 2-7. However, that 2-7 squad beat a 7-2 York team that would end up in the quarterfinals of the Class B playoffs. Here's a guy that's been in the playoffs before. It's Simon Otte breaking into the secondary again, and he's down to the 11-yard line. That is a pickup of 33 yards for Simon Otte, who has, I believe Simon has carried it every play of this half. Has he not?
I think Snodgrass has one.
Did Snodgrass have a carry? Well, he did. He did have one carry. Otherwise, it has been all Simon Otte in this second half for the York Duke offense. And now we're going to get a timeout taken by Aurora. Coach Kyle Peterson is saying, fellas, 32's getting the ball, or 20's getting the ball. I don't know how else to tell you this, but 20's carrying the ball. We'll find out more after this.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Simon Otte has indeed carried it all but one snap in this third quarter for the York Dukes, and with 5:13 to play in the quarter, he already has 2 touchdown runs, and he sure looks like he wants another one here for the Dukes. By the way, if you want to check out the other half of this district, Grand Island Northwest is at home against Seward tonight. At the end of their third quarter, they are tied at 14. First and 10 from the 11 for York. Westcamp bobbles the snap late on the handoff to Otte. Simon does well to get inside the 10 and down to the 9. Boy, there have been some snaps tonight for the Dukes that have been bobbled. They've been in the shotgun when they've been dropped or whatnot, but that was the first one from under center that has really almost come undone.
Gain of a yard, second down and 9.
So 2nd and 9 from the 9. Can score, get a first down without a touchdown. This is Otte on the toss, sweep to the weak side. Shoved out of bounds at the 5. Narber was over there. Borkacher as well.
Cody, the ball carrier, brought down by Borkacher and Narger. Ball at the 5-yard line. Brings up third down.
Otte deep in the backfield with Rader in front of him. Again, a little late handoff, and knifing in there from the backside were the Huskies. Rader and Stevenson, a little extracurriculars after the play. But at the 5 it is, 4th and not goal, but 4th and 4. And so it looks like Jory Luther is going to come out for a field goal attempt. Jory's going to put his tee down at about the 12-yard line. So this would be a 22-yard field goal attempt. Well within Jory's range, distance-wise. Snap is good. The hold gets down, and Luther no problem on the kick. So Jory Luther with a 22-yard field goal makes it York 37 and Aurora 20. Here, plenty of time. We've seen some crazy games between these two. I'm not saying anything's over until that clock hits double zeros.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Back here to the action, 3:55 to go in the third quarter. 2 touchdowns and a field goal for York to open up a 37-20 lead here in the second half. And ball was on the ground for just a split second from Narber, but he was able to fall on it on the kickoff return there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Aurora. Needed to get something going with the offense. It's been 2 punts, and in fact, the last possession they had was 24 seconds. So got to possess the ball. They'll start this drive from their own 30 with 3:49 to go in the third. And again, that 3 offensive lineman set for Aurora. Now pressure on Shireman, trying to get it out in the flat. It was incomplete to one of his linemen / receivers, Nick Hutzel. I don't know if Nick was eligible or not. That goes too fast for me. So Hutzel and Boniface is split out to the far side, so you got to figure out who's eligible. Now, York also has the option, and here they do. They rush 5. Shireman steps up. Now can he find anybody to throw it to? He can't, and he gets rocked out of bounds by Simon Otte. Excuse me, it's not Simon. That is 22 is Sam Komacher makes that tackle. So, boy, if you're Aurora and you're only going to have 3 guys, yeah, at some point York is just going to bring 5 right at your quarterback. So if you're going to do that, boy, you got to get rid of it quickly. Nobody for Aurora really went fast. That was interesting. So a loss there, and it's 3rd down and 12 to go. So this drive has gone backwards, and Aurora's had it for a grand total of this about to be their 6th snap in 2 drives is all. Shireman, long pass, far side. It is caught, though, and then ripped out at the end. They're going to say incomplete. Breaking it up was Brady Danielson across the way, as Reichart had it for a moment, but did not, quote-unquote, complete the catch. So 4th and 12 upcoming. This is going to be 3 drives and 3 punts for the Huskies, unless Shireman can pull something off here. He's just in a regular shotgun. He's going to try to roll and fire it out to the far side. It gets way over out of his hand and incomplete.
intended for Reichart, and the Dukes have held. So the Huskies trying to get something going for it on 4th and 12 from their own 28. The pass goes incomplete, and now York will take over at the Aurora 28-yard line. And that possession took 25 seconds. So it has been a grand total of 49 seconds of time of possession in the last 2 drives for Aurora. Meanwhile, Simon Otte does not mind. He's like, give me the ball. I'll just run it again. He has run it all but 1 snap for York here in the third quarter, and he gets it again. Starts inside, bounces out to his left, runs over a man. He's right near first down yardage at the end of the run. Inside the 20 and down to the 17. That should be enough for a first down. Maybe close enough for a spot.
Ball inside the 20-yard line to the 18. First down for the Dukes.
I would love to see the play-by-play stats of this. Otte didn't have too many carries really in that first half. There was a lot of Snodgrass. Not that Garrett can't handle it, by the way. Now a play action. Westcamp floats one for Snodgrass to the end zone. Pass interference is going to be called, but it's a touchdown anyway. Garrett Snodgrass getting tackled in the process. Makes the catch anyway for the score. 17 on the catch for Snodgrass from Westcamp. And at least I think it sure looked like it was going to be defensive interference. Maybe not. Maybe not. And now it's going to be offensive pass interference and take the touchdown off the board. They threw the flag. So the first penalty is going to be offensive pass interference. And a second penalty, which will be another 15 yards, is going to be an unsportsmanlike against the York bench, in case you couldn't tell from our commentary in front of us. So earlier in this game, York had 4th and 40. So now with the ball at the Aurora 46-yard line, it is first down and 41. Handoff Otte. Simon looking for the edge. Puts his head down. Runs through Narber a bit down to the 35-yard line.
Ball carried by Otte. Brought down by number 85, Ian Borkacher. Ball to the 34-yard line. Second down and 28.
13-yard pickup. Yeah, second and 28. It was. It was first and 41. Wow. Yeah, we didn't make it all the way to West Coast. We got to, Hampton. At least. Snodgrass hit in the backfield, spins away from 1, but not 2, 3, and 4. Dropped in the backfield is Snodgrass with a penalty flag as well. Garrett a little slow to get up. Nick Hutzel makes the tackle. That penalty flag at the 36-yard line. And preliminary indication is a hold against York. And I think Coach Kyle Peterson is going to decline this one because it's going to be third down and something like 31. So this could be a big momentum change here.
Huskies will decline it. Take the result of the play. Brings up third down. Ball on the
What's better, 1st and 41 or 3rd and 30? We had 4th and 40 earlier, so 3rd and 30 is nothing. Clock winds. We're under 2 minutes. Has this been like the longest third quarter ever? Well, kind of. Maybe it just feels like it. York is running the ball plenty. 3rd and 30, and a penalty flag is going to go against York. Are we going to be back to 3rd and 41? We're going to be right there, aren't we?
Start on the Dukes. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Move the ball to the 42-yard line.
No, the 3rd and 35.
3rd down and 35 for the Dukes.
We have our heavy mist has turned back into a rain here in Aurora. It was raining pretty heavy there in the second quarter, and at halftime it let up a little bit at the start of this third quarter, but a mist has turned into a definite rain right now. Play clock is at 3. They will get the snap off. Snodgrass wants to throw, fires it late. It is caught by Danielson, tackled at the 33-yard line.
Pass complete to Danielson.
So now what does York do?
Ball to the 33-yard line.
Punt this thing away, or do your defense has played so well? Aurora has had their last 2 possessions. Aurora has gone 7 plays and out, and they've had the ball for a total of 49 seconds in your last 2 plays. If I'm York, I'd probably just go for this. Probably just tell Westcamp, hey, throw it to Danielson. Let's see what happens. Might get an interference. You never know. I think that's exactly what York is thinking right now. Westcamp in the shotgun with 4 seconds. Late snap back, and he just falls on it. So turnover on downs is how it goes officially. And now Aurora gets it with 28 seconds left officially at their own 39. But can the offense do anything? That has been the big question tonight for Aurora, especially here in the second half. It was a good first half when they put up 20 points. Haven't done anything with it since. Narber on the delayed handoff, back into the middle of the defense, across the 40 and out to the 43-yard line. Otte in on the tackle, along with Gabe Miller. 4 yards there, so it's 2nd and 6. 8 seconds left, probably the last snap of the quarter. It will be. Narber takes it off the near side, and he's got the 45. So he's got 2 yards there, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 to go. When we come back for the fourth quarter after this on the Striv TV Game of the Week, it is York 37 and Aurora 20.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
It has been a comedy of fun stuff tonight. We're going to see if we can't get a bundled up David Ginwright on the phone here in just a second. When play resumes, Aurora will have a 3rd down and about, it's going to be short 4. They need right at 4, actually. Hey, David. How's it going out there?
It's starting to pick up again. I've checked the radar once, and Aurora's in a bowl right now. There's everything on every side of Aurora, but not Aurora, because I've seen lightning to the west, north, and east, and I've been facing away from my south, so no lightning there. But besides that, it's starting to get miserable.
Stevenson makes the catch. It's going to be a first down for Aurora. David, were you close enough to the sideline? Coach Snodgrass obviously didn't like the fact that he had the offensive pass interference, took the touchdown off the board. That was the case over there on the penalty, right?
Yes. Well, initially it was an offensive pass interference that took the touchdown off the board. And then after the offensive pass interference, Coach Snodgrass was called with an unsportsmanlike conduct.
So some penalties have been kind of big for both teams. And we've seen now finally on this drive in the second half that Aurora has run the ball just a little bit because, David, I don't know if it occurred to you down there, Aurora had 2 possessions where they snapped it offensively 7 total times and had the ball for a grand total of 49 seconds.
That didn't occur to me, but it was pretty prevalent that York had controlled the clock the entire third quarter.
Yeah, so first and 15. David, we'll check back in later. I know you're not dry, so just hang in there.
Thank you, Eric.
First and 15 for Aurora, back in their own side of the midfield stripe. Shireman looking, now rolling to the near side. Slips down. He's going to fall down behind the line of scrimmage back at his own 44-yard line. Well, the thing for Baylor tonight, he has it happened in the first half when Aurora was scoring their touchdown drives that they were able to find kind of some quick passes. But since then, when Baylor Shireman has dropped back and he's kind of set his feet quickly, nothing has been open quick for the Huskies. Now, those quick passes like that have been open. That's Cade Reichart getting free on a slant. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. But it is going to be 3rd and 10 as we are here in this fourth quarter. And, boy, that rain it's really pelting down right now here in Aurora. Like David said, it's a lot of weather all around us. We heard somebody mentioning that Giltner was getting a downpour earlier tonight. So this is 3rd and 10. York with a 17-point lead. The play clock at 5. Shireman straight back over the middle through the hands of his intended receiver. Rylan Willis would have had a first down, but boy, as wet as that ball has to be, it would have been a tough catch. So now 4th and 10 for the Huskies. So you got to stop on defense last time. Do you punt this thing? Or do you go for it and say we're down 3 scores right now to a York team that you know is just going to try to grind this game out and make it as short as possible? I think I'm with Coach Peterson. I think I'm going for this here. We might get a timeout, though. That's what we're going to get is a timeout taken by Aurora so Coach Peterson and the Huskies can talk things over. That's exactly what's going to happen. So it's been interesting to watch these teams battle tonight to kind of recap things. And, again, we apologize for our connection issues in that first quarter. The hot spots, the Internet, when you're reliant on an Internet stream, when the Internet can't connect, well, we kind of sit here and pull our hair out. And thankfully, I've got a good head of it yet. But in any effect, the first 3 drives of this game for both teams combined were punt, punt, and punt. The next 6 drives combined for both these teams ended in touchdowns. So it was a fun start to this game when we had a 21-20 score in favor of York after Zach Stevenson caught a 21-yard touchdown pass from Baylor Shireman. The extra point was blocked by Simon Otte. That's his 4th blocked extra point or field goal of the year for Simon. He's an all-state player for multiple seasons at multiple positions for a reason, folks. He's just really good. So that left it 21-20. Then both defenses really kind of settled in at the end of the first half, and that's where we started the second half. York got 2 touchdown runs from Simon Otte and a Jory Luther 22-yard field goal to extend their lead, though, to 37-20. This is 4th and 10 for the Huskies. Low snap into the backfield. Shireman has to eat it, and that's a turnover on downs. The Dukes have held.
Gets away from Shireman.
So York now will have it 1st and 10 from the 39 of Aurora. 10:07 to play, fourth quarter. Well, that was a little over 2 minutes on the possession that time for Aurora, so that's the only good thing that came out of that drive. They need points at this point.
So now the Dukes, who have all but, 3 plays in the second half, have been Simon Otte carries. In the third quarter, it was all but 2 plays were a carry by Simon. That is Otte off the right side. Just a yard or so there, maybe 2. Corey Geisler called his name a few times from that nose guard position.
Gain of 2, second down and 8.
2nd and 8. You know, the other nice thing about the field here in Aurora, nice big play clocks for both quarterbacks, no matter which direction you're facing. Got a nice big play clock, so you know exactly how much time you have before you need to snap the ball. And so if you're in a situation like York, you know exactly, hey, we don't need to get in a big hurry, and everybody can see how much time we have to get the playoff. 2nd and 8 here. Another bobbled snap, but Otte does get the handoff from Westcamp. Simon tackled near the 30-yard line. Well, it's got to be just like handling a wet bar of soap at this point, right? I mean, it's just got to be. And that ball gets, if you've never played with a leather football, when it's wet, it gets heavier and heavier. And so by this point in the game, you've got a soggy, wet loaf of bread that you just can't possibly get an actual grip on. Have you ever tried to? When's the last time you gave a baby a bath? Right? I mean, it's like washing a baby. They just slide right out of your hands. It's impossible to hold on to them. That's Kowalski, the full. No, that was Otte playing fullback. Thought it was Kowalski. Nope, it's Otte. Playing fullback, getting the first down, so it's 1st and 10 for York from the 28-yard line of Aurora.
I haven't tried to wash a baby.
You haven't tried to wash a baby lately? That's a dad thing. But I tell you, you get that baby soaped up, and then they start crawling around in the tub, dangerous. Dangerous for everyone involved. Just saying. The wind also has picked up. It's out of the north, so it's a crosswind for the field here in Aurora, and it's just raining real steady right now. It just can't be fun out there. Play clock at 5 as the Dukes break the huddle. Need to hurry just a little bit here. Westcamp brings them up there. They are not going to get this play off. Coach Snodgrass across the way is going to call a timeout for the Dukes. So we can take it as well with York leading Aurora 37-20 with 8:17 to play here in the first half, in the fourth quarter.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today. So we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
1st and 10 for York. A late shift on the defense. Otte will keep it on the counter to the near side. Simon slips into the open field. He is down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the York Dukes, Simon Otte. We don't have his total numbers here, folks, but Simon has carried it all but 2 snaps in the second half for York. Coach Glenn Snodgrass has put this game, actually 3 snaps. They had 1 pass after that, didn't they? He has put this game squarely on his All-State senior, and Simon has responded in a huge way. Missed a couple of games after getting injured against Elkhorn South, but came back for the McCook game. That was a 20-7 victory, and Otte again off the left side, cuts back into the middle. Odie's in there for the touchdown.
Simon Otte, number 20.
His 3rd touchdown of the second half. That one comes from 8 yards out. 43-20 with 7:44 to go. York may have just put this one on ice. Jory Luther on for the extra point kick. Westcamp on the hold. Jory pounds that one through. Good kicker, Jory. Good soccer player, too. 44-20. York firmly in control here with 7:44 to go in the ball game. We'll come back to Aurora after this.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Joy Luther sets kickoff for the Dukes.
Kickoff right to one of the upmen for Aurora, who catches it right there in the midsection, and we are ready to go again.
Kick covered up by number 87, Nate Borkacher.
Nate Borkacher was the
Husky football first
Husky receiver there, if you will. So that rain continues to fall. Here in Aurora, everyone is good and soaked. The band will have to barely dry out before Harvest of Harmony tomorrow. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. If it's going to happen, it's got to happen very fast. From their own 37. Shireman rolling to his right, fires it over the middle and incomplete. Reichert was the intended receiver. Brady Danielson applies the defense.
Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Now the ball is loose, still up and in. Who's got the football? York pointing their way. The Dukes have got it. York's got the football. Wyatt Cast comes up with it.
There's football on the field. Picked up by number 85, Wyatt Cast for the Dukes.
That was a 10-second possession.
1st and 10 from the 19-yard line.
From the 19 now. York will have it. The Dukes ranked 3rd in the state, and for good reason. They can grind it at you. They can play action over the top. And, oh, by the way, that defense is really, really good for the Dukes. It kind of puts you in perspective a little bit how well Aurora was playing in that late first quarter, early second quarter when they scored 3 straight possessions. Because the Dukes have done their job since. Ball is loose again on the turf. It looks like York has fallen on it, but boy, the quarterback center exchanges saw some in the shotgun in the first half, and now we've seen some in the second half from under center. Between the center and the quarterback, between Comacher and Westcamp, notably, it's been tough to get the ball from the center to the quarterback. Harder than it looks. A former setter myself, I know exactly what Nolan is feeling right now. Man, just catch the ball. I'm putting it back there. Offset backs in the backfield. And this will be Kowalski, the fullback. Not going much of anywhere that time. Knocked down quickly by Cumston.
Pursley with the tackle for the defense.
Carter Pursley also in there. So 3rd down and 12 here for York. About the only time they've gone, well, I shouldn't say the only time. They've had 4th and 40 and 3rd and 35 on 2 of their drives tonight. Outside of those 2 drives, though, it's been really pretty efficient for the Dukes. 3rd and 12 here. Westcamp, little counter play, and this is a new runner out to the right side. 19 is Max Traster. He's a junior, 160 pounds. And so that's going to bring up 4th and 10. So Otte's night probably done, maybe, or at least on the running part of the game. Kowalski still in the ball game along with Westcamp. Looks like for the most part, I think that looks still like the starting offensive line, as Westcamp will go under center. 5.5 minutes to go here. He drops straight back, looking to his right. Will fire it towards the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. 20 yards out, and it was caught by Reed Hoffman.
Complete to number 2, Reed Hoffman.
So Hoffman makes the catch on 4th and 10. Westcamp with a second touchdown pass of the night. (50-20). Luther's kick is up and good. 51-20. York dominating this one tonight on our Striv TV Game of the Week. We'll come back to Aurora after this.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Soggy wet night in Aurora tonight, but it has been all Dukes. 51-20 our score. 5:19 to go in this one, and Luther with another squib along the ground. Fielded and now coming to the near side is Cy Bullerman looking for some blocks. Cy gets just across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Still some pride to play for York. Obviously, going to improve to 6-1 on their season. The Dukes next week will travel to Seward. Seward and Grand Island Northwest playing tonight, the other half of the district in Grand Island. So I imagine that's, just a slogfest. It was tied at 14 at the end of the third quarter. That was a while ago. In fact, the game might be over by now. So if you had been watching that game, now probably checking this score and seeing York up big. So York is at Seward next week, which means Aurora gets Northwest in Grand Island a week from tonight. Going to get a timeout for York. Coach Snodgrass wants his young fellas to know where to line up and how to do this thing. So, hey, we could take a timeout as well.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together. It's thanks to you.
A lot of youngsters on the field, especially for the Dukes. Heavy rain has put a damper on this one here tonight. But still plenty to play for. Playoff points still a factor. Big game for York tonight to improve to 6-1. This wobbly pass, Reichert trying to get back into the middle of the field to come up with it, but he can't. Falls incomplete.
For Reichert is incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd and 10.
delayed handoff. This is Narber into the middle of the defense, tackled just at the 45-yard line. Ben Mahorn was in on the tackle along with Kowalski. Excuse me, that was Willis on the carry.
Number 22, Sam Clemenger with the tackle.
And this is, Shireman's going to keep it on a little read option play as he gets outside and then slides forward at the York 46.
Ball carried by Shireman. Number 32, Tom Irwin with the tackle.
Tom Irwin in on the tackle for York. Shireman, snap is low. Baylor going to have to eat it back at his own 45. So just when he picks up 11 of his own, the 11 comes back off the board, back to their own 45. It has been a night like that. Remember that first half when Aurora, was forced to punt 3 and out on each of their first 2 drives and then scored 3 straight times. Shireman to Narber, 62 yards. Shireman to Narber, 20 yards. Shireman to Stevenson, greatly designed play, 21 yards. Since then, punt, half, punt, turnover on downs, punt, turnover on downs, fumble. The York defense is for real, folks. Keep in mind, this is an Aurora offense averaging right around 40 points a game. Last week put up 56 on Crete. Now, Crete, you might say, well, Crete's only got one win. Crete's got some tough losses, some close losses to some good teams. So that is a deceiving 1-win team for the Cardinals and Coach Reed Manstead. This is 3rd down and 16. Shireman takes a snap. Penalty flag, though, before we get things going. Again, we thank you for your patience tonight. Some major connection and internet issues at the start of this game for us. We apologize for not getting things figured out a little faster. We were going through a long checklist before we found a solution to what was troubling us, but we do appreciate your watching and viewing tonight and for sticking us out. You have seen the York Dukes, especially here in the second half, put up a monster of a game with a 31-point lead. Reichert has that pass go through his hands and incomplete.
Pass intended for Reichert is incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Now it's 4th down.
4th and 21 from the 45.
This is going to be a quick kick on 4th down. A nice punt if it will stop before the goal line, and it will. Boy, all the way down to the 3. So from his own 45, about a 58-yard punt by Shireman.
At the 3-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Dukes.
So Westcamp back out there under center. Just going to be a quarterback sneak to go forward. He does get out across the 5 for this one. We mentioned Aurora on their season losses on the opening game to McCook, 38-8. Then wins at Sydney, 48-24. A nice win at home against Waverly, who's 4-2. Won that game 40-27. A loss at Scotts Bluff, 34-28. That saw the Huskies actually driving with an opportunity to tie or win that game in the closing seconds. A 4th down pass with 12 seconds left was intercepted out there in Scotts Bluff. I saw that Scotts Bluff team a week later take on Grand Island Northwest in what was a great game there.
Then for Aurora, it was a home game against Gering, 57-20, and that win against Crete last week, 56-27. So you go to Northwest next week if you're Aurora, and you got to lick a few wounds, and you got to say, well, hopefully it's not raining next Friday. I tell you what, between Baylor Shireman of Aurora and Carter Terry of Grand Island Northwest, you could see a lot of passing next Friday night on the Northwest Striv channel as those two teams will be playing. York, remember, we mentioned they go to Seward next Friday night. York will close the season with a home game against Northwest, and Seward will come here to Aurora to close out the regular season and the district play. So all is not lost if you're a Husky. You got to regroup and refocus and get ready for next week, because it's a very, very important one. If you want to have a chance to play for something against Seward, got to pick up the win next week against Northwest. And for York, when Coach Snodgrass has just 1 or 2 losses in the regular season, it's been good. If they can stay healthy, that was the issue for the Dukes last year. As Westcamp fumbles that snap, Aurora is actually going to pick it up with 40 seconds left. It would have been a turnover on downs anyway.
Fumble on the play, picked up by number 35, Brendan Barger.
Barger picks it up. And so let's see if Aurora can punch one in from the York
from the 9-yard
9-yard line. And it will be next in line for the quarterback depth chart. That is Trevor Cumpston, 190-pound junior. Starts at the outside linebacker spot. And now in at quarterback. But that snap goes through his hands and into the backfield. And who got it? York did. That was 85. That was Wyatt Cast. Again,
First and 10 from the 25-yard.
Wyatt gets 2 fumble recoveries at the end of this game. David Ginwright just now came inside. Dude, that is dedication. 33 seconds left in this one. Probably one kneel down, and that will be it. York, again, the third quarter was all Simon Otte. Simon carried the ball for York, all but one play in the third quarter, and as we got into the fourth quarter, he had carried it for all but 3 snaps until we were about midway through this fourth quarter for York. Coach Snodgrass put this game squarely on number 20's shoulders, and Simon and the offensive line, especially in front of him, did a masterful job taking it to Aurora. The defense for York stepped up huge, and they got the stops on the Husky offense, and that is the difference in your ball game tonight. Final count here in Aurora. The Dukes, 51, and the Huskies, 20. The last 7 games between these two, Aurora 4, York 3. Scoring margin now favors York, but it was a 6-point margin between these two teams in the previous 6 games, so York has the advantage now. This far and away the biggest margin, the biggest spread in a game that we've seen in the last 7 times these two teams have met. We're going to see, they'll see each other plenty of times throughout the rest of the year, right? There's still tennis, there's still basketball, there's still wrestling, there's still heaven knows how many conference games and matchups. A quiz bowl, right? We got quite, so they'll be very familiar by the end of the school year. That's no problem there. So it's been fun tonight. Thanks again for sticking it out with us tonight as the Aurora Huskies fall to the York Duke